Anchor is a fantastic platform for podcasting. It's so simple. It's remarkable. Even I could do it, and it's free distribution, free recording, easy, simple, elegant to use framework, great tools. If you're going to pick one podcasting forum, platform, it should definitely be Anchor. I highly recommend it. Momentum. Momentum is called sometimes the Big Mo. And the key to success is one of them. I mean, I've talked about others in other podcasts, is developing positive momentum. And I want to explain a little bit about what I mean by that. So individuals don't win, systems win. So if you create a business, but you go on vacation and the business flounders, you don't have a business, you have a job. Because that's been famously said, because it means that you haven't created something outside of yourself. You can't retire, you can't go on vacation. You just have to work at it every day, otherwise it goes under. That's why people don't know how to learn how to delegate, they don't know how to automate. If you want to be successful, you have to create systems, and you have to train people, you have to have a culture that contributes to a self-maintaining style of excellence at a high level. Because even if you have a system, but it's not geared towards excellence, then it'll eventually erode over time. Like, this is what happens like with second and third generation businesses, also in terms of families of wealth. The second and third generations, because they haven't done it themselves, sometimes don't work as hard as the first generation did, or they don't have the insights that the first generation did, so it starts to decay over time. So you have to maybe be able to actually kind of replicate yourself, not in terms of making clones, because every business needs a plethora of skills. So if you just clone yourself, you'll just recreate the strengths that you have, but also the weaknesses that you have. But you have to diversify your system so that it's excellent across the board of the skills that you need. Now, how do you do that? So I want to focus on a couple other related aspects to this. So you can have a positive feedback loop, viral loop, or you can have a negative. This is why they call it like a virtuous cycle, where things kind of reinforce each other in a positive way, or you can get into like a negative cycle. You know, a business is called a death spiral sometimes. One thing is complacency. Big companies, they become overly bureaucratic, and they can't compete with the nimble, more agile, more innovative upstarts. So if you want to gain momentum and be in it for the long haul, like Alibaba, I think, comes up with like a 100-year plan or a 300-year plan. That might kind of seem crazy because you don't know what the trends are going to be, but you have to be able to think out. They say that those that inherit the future, you know, are the ones that can create it. Our history belongs to those who create it, because you have to be able to not really bend reality to your will, but you have to be able to imagine yourself in the future. That means getting outside of yourself and your own ideas and thoughts and seeing like what exists in the world and where that's going. So that means you have to be studying other people. I did a podcast saying that learning is the new doing, because the world is so complex, it's so information overload, that people used to just focus on doing. And doing is important because success is 1% inspiration, 99% perspiration. But if you only focus on doing, but you don't know what the heck you're doing, then it doesn't matter. It's like if you could put the ladder of success next to a building and get to the top, but then realize that you're on the wrong building. Or famously, they say, you know, if we keep on going where we're going, down the road we're going, then how does that expression go? Then we might actually get to where we don't want to be. So the expression is a little bit off. But basically the idea is that learning is the new doing, because you don't know what you don't know. Donald Rumsfeld talked about unknown unknowns. What happens is most people are busy doing things, but they're not doing the most productive things. They don't have the deepest knowledge. It's kind of like layers of an onion. It's like the expression measure twice and cut once. If you study other people and you have a competitive advantage in your knowledge base and in your insights, then when you do things, you'll be so much more productive. That's why they talk about working smart. You have to work hard and you have to work smart, because if you just work smart, then you lose out to the people that are working smart and working hard. And if you just work hard, you lose out to the people that are working smart and hard. So you have to work smart and you have to work hard. But working smart means that you actually know what the heck you're doing at a deep level. You have a competitive advantage. It's like, For Facebook, they were better than MySpace because Mark Zuckerberg, in his head, he understood things that MySpace didn't understand. Amazon was successful because Jeff Bezos had a vision for the internet before other people and knew how to implement it. Same thing with Google. They had PageRank. It was a deeper insight than Yahoo. So if you want to kind of recreate the wheel, and that doesn't mean like just rejecting everything else, but incorporating the best of yesterday into the ideas of tomorrow, then you have to study, you have to create that positive momentum, you have to create systems, and you have to reinforce those virtuous cycles.